pumpkin spice pancakes. Fluffy and delicious. Hey, I'm Ali Carr. This is Serve It. We're cooking up a family favorite.
Pumpkin spice pancakes!
They're so good, they taste like dessert. We're gonna start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I've got dark brown sugar because that's what I have on hand. We've got 1/4 cup of white sugar, some salt, a tablespoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, what makes these so delicious is I use buttermilk. I make my own using 1.5 cups of whole milk and a lemon. We've got 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, 1 cup of pumpkin puree. I didn't say 1 can, 1 cup, 8 ounces, and 2 large eggs. First thing you're gonna wanna do, make your buttermilk. I'm just gonna go ahead and juice the lemon. Make sure you're not getting any of the seeds. For each 1 cup of milk, I like to add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. This is what helps get it that sour buttermilk. Since it's 1.5 cups, I'm gonna use about 1.5 tablespoons. Let this sit for a few minutes. I like to place this in a little bit of a warmer area in the kitchen so that it starts to curdle. Let's get those dry ingredients all mixed up. 2 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice, and a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Get all the dry ingredients nice and incorporated evenly. Next up, we're gonna add our wet ingredients. 1.5 cups of homemade buttermilk. Here's how you know your buttermilk is ready. When you give it a little shake, do you see the curdling that's happening in here? 1 cup of pumpkin puree, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, and 2 large eggs. Give this all a stir. Add our wet mixture to our dry. And with this batter, we really don't want to over mix. I'm doing a little bit more of like a folding technique until all my wet and dry ingredients have been incorporated. I'm not looking for a perfectly smooth batter. We're not making French macaroons here, we're making pancakes. All right, our batter's ready. Ooh, this is a thick batter, but that's how we're gonna get extra fluffy pancakes. I've got a drying rack because I'm gonna stack my pancakes when they're finished. I don't want them to get soggy. This is the perfect way to keep that fluffy texture. I'm using 1/3 cup of batter for each pancake. Just a little smush. With the color, it's a little tricky to know exactly when to flip these. But once you start to see those edges looking a little bit dry and not as shiny, more of that matte finish, you know it's time to flip. Perfect. All right, let's whip up some homemade whipped cream to top off our pumpkin spice pancakes. I'm gonna go ahead and mix in some heavy whipping cream, 2 to 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar, splash of vanilla extract, and whip it up. That is some gorgeous whipped cream. This recipe will make about 8 pancakes. What's awesome is if your family isn't gonna eat those full 8 pancakes, you can freeze the leftovers. Okay, there's so many fun ways you can top off your pumpkin spice pancakes. My favorite, a little bit of maple syrup, powdered sugar, and our homemade whipped cream. Okay, diving in, ready? So good. This is the perfect way to start a fall morning. If you want to see more great recipes from Serve It, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to shop for some of the items I used to make this recipe, search Serve It on QVC.com. That, my friends, is how you make a pumpkin spice pancake. Bye.
Bye. Bye.